Hello everyone and welcome to Retro Dad and Modern Lad, the YouTube channel and soon to be a website, and welcome to the Tomb Raider playthrough Unfinished Business by JRTombRaider, and we're playing the Templar Cat. Now hold A and forwards now before the level starts. Press B to grab, hold it, move to the side and press up. Now we're in a secret area. When Lara drops into a level you can often jump if you hold the jump button straight away, and we're not meant to be here. This is just a little bonus bit you can look around. There's nothing actually here, but it's just nice to be able to see it. You're meant to be able to just look up from the bottom and it looks like, you know, the level before, but the level before is not actually here. There's just this area, so you can just have a little look around, and then when you're ready you can just drop back into the main area and grab the lever. Now you might be wondering why I'm jumping and grabbing here, and this is just a little sequence I do to set myself up so I can just run and jump and I land exactly on that ammo. So this is the Temple of Cat level 2 of Unfinished Business, the port to Sega Saturn by JRTombRaider. This is my favourite level in Tomb Raider Unfinished Business, and it's probably one of my favourite levels in the whole of Tomb Raider. It's an absolutely fantastic level. So just pull the lever and you can see that the enemy's frozen. Now that enemy is going to become active when you get the second of the two items, so always get this one second because you're further away from it and you're less likely to get hurt. Now run and jump onto the platform and you're safe, and you can just blast them from here. Use one of the better weapons, so I'm going to use the magnums and just blast from here, and it'll just take a minute. And don't go too close to the edge though, because he can still cause damage, and I got a bit of damage there on the explosion of his limbs. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you this, because there's two secrets in this level and they're not the easiest to find. I think they're probably the most difficult. So you can see that room's shut, but how do you get into it? And this took me quite a while to figure it out when I first played. And what you have to do is you have to actually pull the lever back up, which seems counterproductive. Why would you pull it down and then pull it back up? But that is the way that you get into this secret, and both the difficult secrets in this level are based on levers. So we'll just blast away this from here while we're safe. Not only is this secret quite difficult to find, but you've got a decision to make, because going into this secret, there's the chime, not going into this secret can actually cost you more ammo if you're not careful, and health, than you'd actually get. So what I'm going to show you here is, if we look both ways, there's no enemies and there's nowhere an enemy could come from. But what we're going to find is when you hit this top step here, two panthers will appear. So don't start picking the ammo up until you've killed them, otherwise they'll start munching you while you're picking the ammo up. Now you've got a decision to make here, because you can either kill these two, but obviously that's costing you quite a lot of your reward ammo for the secret, or you can roll on the step and grab this one to the right, because this one actually gives you 3 sets of ammo, whereas the one over here only gives you 1 set. So you could just roll, pick up the 3 sets of ammo and run and jump past them, and you would still conserve your ammo, reward ammo, and be able to get out without killing them if you want. Or you can just kill them, it's up to you. So we've got that secret, and what we're going to do is we're going to make our way into the main area. Now the main area is one of the most spectacular parts of the game. Now there's a lot of spectacular parts in Tomb Raider Unfinished Business, but I really think this looks amazing, this area. Not only is there loads to do in this area, there's also some glitches, which I'll show you. So just jump to the side here and there's 2 sets of shotgun ammo we can pick up. There's loads of ammo in this area as well. You can really stock up. Just do a backflip here to get back out. And I really like this bit where it zooms out to show you the whole area. I think the draw distance in this area is incredible, and you see the 2 enemies coming for you. And you can jump your way up to the top because there's more ammo right at the top. And just watch out, because panthers will appear. See, that one appeared out of nowhere then, and they can actually move up. They can only go up a certain amount, but they can move up. So it is worth killing them, because you do need to go up and down this quite a few times. But if we go right to the top, there's some shotgun ammo, and also there's a small medipack. So it's worth collecting all these because there is more enemies in Tomb Raider Unfinished Business, and you know, the more ammo you've got, it means you don't have to use the pistols, you can just blast them away. You shouldn't really ever have to use the pistols in this game because there's just so much ammo. Look at that draw distance, that's incredible. And I think the frame rate holds up really well in this area as well, considering how big it is. And if you jump over to the cat, you get a brilliant zooming out effect. I really do like the zooming out effect, it wasn't in the original game. And if you've seen JRTombRaider's trailer for Unfinished Business, he has the panther in the bottom left corner come onto the screen and roar. You can get that, but it doesn't always happen, and that looks absolutely amazing when that happens. It's really spectacular. We didn't get it that time. But I mean, look at that draw distance, you can see the water far away there. The stars as well, I really think the stars do add. You know, in the original game in Lost Valley, it was just a black sky. ROS obviously done his demo of the Lost Valley level, and that was brilliant. I'd definitely check that out, and he added stars, and I really think it does add to the experience. So if we go this way, we've got to get 2 keys in this area to be able to exit the area. And the door to the left here is where you use the 2 keys, but we want to go in the water here to get the first key. And what we'll do is we'll try and avoid the crocs while we're in the water as well. We just need to pull a lever here, and that will open a door, and also it'll release a croc, which we'll try and avoid because I've never been bit so many times in one Tomb Raider level as I was in the last level. Honestly, I just couldn't believe the amount of times they were just popping up out of nowhere and biting me. So when we go in here, we want to get the key, and if you look through them railings there, you can actually see a later part of the level as well. Once you get the key, the door will open again and allow you to exit, and there's another crocodile there behind me. So we'll just exit the water over here, and it'll take you back into the main area with a couple of jumps. So what we should have done actually is we should have probably killed the enemies while we were high up before, because now we're going back into the area and they're going to be there. But with enemies, if you climb onto things, you're usually safe and you can just shoot them from high up. So we'll just kill them from here. Oh no, yeah. Oh, I've made a mistake there. Use some health and not try and get high up. Sorry, what I should say is, and I made a mistake there, is enemies can't climb on solid blocks like where I am now. But if it's a block that's movable where Lara can push and pull it, you can go on top of them blocks. I made a mistake there. What happens is when they run towards the movable blocks, they actually rise onto them. But any other block, like the one I'm on now, where they're just solid and they don't move, they can't get on them ones. So I made a mistake there. But if we pull this movable block, we can actually get some, I think it's shotgun ammo. Yeah, so what I should have done is when I started climbing up this sort of pyramid at the beginning of the level, I should have just took them out then, and that would have made life easier. So that's what I'd recommend you do. So yeah, it is shotgun ammo. So what we're going to do now is there's actually loads of ammo around this area, so we're just going to go and get some of it. So you need to be careful on the next bits of ammo because there's actually a lot of boulders around here. I think there's 1, 2, 3, I think there's about 4 boulders that can kill you. So if you follow this sequence that I'm going to do, then you should be safe. So what I do is, as I go for the furthest piece of ammo away first, and I just roll towards it. We've missed 1 boulder there. Pick it up now. A boulder's going to come, so you've got to move quickly forward. Pick this one up, and another boulder's going to come, so again you've got to move quickly forwards. Oh. And then there's one last piece of ammo to get here, and again just jump over. A boulder will come, but it's not going to hit you, so don't worry. Just pick it up. And that's it. We're really stocked up on particularly shotgun ammo, and it's quite funny really because I never used to use the shotgun in the original Tomb Raider game. It was probably my least favourite weapon, but quite often Magnums has always been my favourite, but quite often in Tomb Raider Unfinished Business I have been using the shotgun ammo quite a lot, so I'll use that in one of the later levels. So this took me ages to figure this out. I was wandering around this when I first played it, and I just couldn't figure out what you were meant to do next. But there's actually 2 movable blocks here. Now movable blocks can be distinguished from other blocks because one, they've got a little ring on them which indicates you can pull them, and usually they're a slightly different colour. Now you can pull them both out if you want, or here's a little shortcut for you I take just to speed it up. Just jump through the crack there. Now actually there's a secret later on where you've got to move blocks, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get the secret because you've got that many blocks to move. Doing that jump where you jump through the sort of crack between two blocks can save you a lot of time on that secret, but I will actually do the secret the proper way, although I might speed up the footage. And we've got the key there. Although I might speed up the footage because it takes ages just to show you how it's done. So we've got the two keys now, and we just need to get a little bit closer here, and we just need to get up and out. What I'm going to do before we move into the next area, I want to show you two glitches to get into areas that you're not meant to be in. Now you need to be careful trying to glitch out into areas you're not meant to be in this level, because I think the developers have obviously knew about quite a lot of the glitches from the original game, and they've actually set some traps a little bit like the last level where you can actually go on fire if you try to glitch out in certain places, but there is certain places you can glitch out and you'll be safe to just wander around the outside areas. So the basic premise is don't use gate glitches to go to other areas that look inaccessible, because usually the floor on the other side will actually kill you. You want to use corner glitches. I just need to get ladder on the right angle here, because when she moves to the side like that, it's because you're not on the right angle. This is quite a difficult one just because the camera doesn't move behind Lara, so trying to get the angle and to line it up is a little bit difficult. I've done it again there. Let me just get the angle right. Right, she's moving into the wall, that's right. Just jump 2 or 3 times and we're up on top of the building, and again we can have a look around. The draw distance and graphics look incredible, and you can just have a look around. There's nothing up here. You can see there's just black down there, like the black abyss, and you can just run to the side. Actually, if you want to get down a safe way, and I think this looks good, this cat, when you get closer in Tomb Raider you'll notice the graphics become more clearer. There's like a technique being used there where things look a little bit blurrier far away, and that helps with the draw distance. You can actually drop down there safely, although we want to be on top of the pyramid over there, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a run and jump to just land straight on the pyramid. We won't be right at the top, but we're quite close up on it, and just do a grab. That's it. And you can do a jump sequence here. You just need to go round to the other side and I'll show you the other one. This one's actually really quite interesting. So hello everyone, I've put this in as a clip just because it's easy to die, and if we do the corner glitch we end up in this area. What's really interesting about this area is the developers have been clever, because they've put textures where you can see from any point in the level, but places like the top 2 bits and the side to the right, there's no textures there, because the developers have obviously thought there's no point in putting textures there because the player can't see it. Because we've glitched into the area we can see it, and also if you get to the very top you can touch the ceiling of the level by jumping. So we just have a look at all the stars there, see, and you can see right through the pyramid, and we can see there's a large medipack in the pyramid somewhere, and you can drop down the back here as well. And again, this back area has no textures, because there's no point in adding textures and adding to, you know, the performance of the level. It could affect the performance the more you're putting on screen, and there's no point in having things there that the player can't see. And as you can see through all the layers there of the pyramid. I think that looks really good. It's just really interesting. I really like things like this, additional glitches and bugs and things. So yeah, you can't see the pyramid at all from this side, but you can see it is there and we're climbing up it. And we've got to do a handstand move just to say we've sort of, it's like our flag on the moon to say that we've done it on the Sega Saturn version, and it's the first time she's been able to do a handstand on the Sega Saturn version, which is really impressive despite the fact it doesn't do anything. Now when you go to this side, again we can see the layers, and there's no textures on this side because you just can't see it. Now you've got to be very careful here, because you can drop down one step and you're okay, but if you drop down more than one step, if we drop down one more step after this one, we're dead. Because what the developers have actually done is they've made it so if you do a gate glitch there that you would die, because they didn't want you to go up here, but they've overlooked the fact that you can do a corner glitch. But you can do a run and jump, and the tile next to the one that we're on, them two there by the gate, they'll set you on fire. But what we can do now is we can actually glitch up and stand on top next to this cat as well, which is something interesting again. So again, it's another corner glitch. And of course none of this needs to actually be done, I just thought I'd show you it because I find it really interesting, especially in Tomb Raider. It's all about glitches and bugs and breaking out of areas. And you can see we're next to the cat now. And actually what's quite interesting about being up here is it looks like some of the white sort of sparkles that are used for the ceiling stars, they don't actually appear to be floating there, don't they? They don't actually appear to be stuck to the ceiling. So we'll just take a medipack, because we're probably going to take damage when we get down here. But just to show you, if you move on to this next one because you've done a gate glitch, you'd be dead. So you do need to use the corner glitch to get here. Right, so what we'll do now is we'll just get this save crystal and we'll use our 2 keys to move into the next area. The next area has the next secret, and you've got to be careful here because basically what happens is there's a lever just as you go into this next area, and if you pull the lever it turns the lights on, which seems good, but as soon as you pull the lever and turn the lights on, it makes it impossible to get the next secret. What you can't do is you can't pull it and then pull it again and the secret opens. What happens is when you pull this lever, a door shuts, and it doesn't matter if you pull the lever back up, the door will not open again and you can't get that secret. So it's important not to pull that lever. However, once we've got the secret, I'll come back and pull the lever and show you how the lights come on. But there's going to be a panther around this corner, so just have your guns ready. And if you keep shooting, he shouldn't quite get to you. Oh, he has got to me. Did a liar out of me there. And I better use a medipack before I'm dead. Quite often with that panther, you can kill him before he gets anywhere near. So here it is. Here's the room, and you can see the doors open, and we get the secret. And you can see a really good model shot of Lara if you go close to this wall here. And also if you get your guns out, you can also see that Lara has a different facial expression when she shoots. Look, see, she sort of grits her teeth when she shoots. You don't really get to see that in the game much. So actually you can go around here, and what you need to do is you need to pull this lever and it will open the flap on the floor like a trap door. But what I'll do is before I move into the next area, I'll go back and I'll show you now what happens when you pull this lever. It actually shuts the door on the secret area, and it also turns the lights on. But so many people will play this level, just run in, pull that lever, and they'll just not realise that they've missed the secret. But as I said, once you've done it, see the lights come on, once you've done it, there's no reversing it, so it's important that you don't pull that lever. I think these 2 secrets at the start of this level are probably 2 of the tougher secrets in Tomb Raider, because it's so easy to just not realise you've missed them. So you see the doors shut. Now you probably know that the door's there. I mean, it makes it obvious there's something there, but you're just trying to figure it out. By that stage, usually, if you've turned the lights on, it's too late to be able to reverse what you've done. So just drop down into this area, and what we need to do in this area is we just need to pull 2 levers, and they will open an underwater door so we can move into the next area. So just move back here, and here's the first lever, and the second lever is just across from this one. A good sequence is if you do a backflip, you should be able to just do 2 side jumps and then jump forwards and grab, and that's a good little sequence to do that quickly. And that's opened this, Now the next area we go into, it's easy to, all the keys are too easy to find I think in this area, but it's easy to miss this first key, which is separate from the rest of them. So you need to swim up, and there's also 2 medipacks to get here as well. But yeah, it's easy to miss this key. That is a small criticism I've got of the next area, even though it's got fantastic animation, textures on the wall which look brilliant. One criticism I have got of the next area is the keys just aren't hidden really. I think they could have done a better job of that. If you jump here, move a bit closer, it shows you a glimpse of the next area and the animation textures on the walls, which I think look amazing. They're new for Tomb Raider Unfinished Business. Ooh. And we'll just get this second small medipack. And once you've got the small medipack, you can get back into the water then. Ooh. There we go. And there's a couple of crocs here we'll try and avoid. I've had my fair share of bites, let's say, already. And there's 2 pieces of ammo to get down here, and they're both Magnum ammo, so we're using the Magnums quite a lot, so definitely worth picking up. Although, as I said, you've got to... Oh, I think I'm safe here. Sometimes you do get bit, but... Oh! Yeah, got away with it. And just get out of the water to the side here, because some places are lower than others, so you can get out, and the first key is right next to it. Just pick up the first key and we get like a zooming out effect again. It shows you the whole area, and look at the way it looks like basically panthers are running around on the walls. I think that looks absolutely brilliant. So there's a couple of panthers in this area. Sometimes they just appear out of nowhere, but there's the first one. And also, if you move this block, there's some, I think it's a small medipack, is it? See? No, it's more Magnum ammo. There are 5 keys to find in this area, so apart from the first key, which was slightly separate and a little bit more difficult, you might miss it. I think all the other 4 keys, they're just too easy to find, they're just laying around, and I think they could have done something to make them a little bit more difficult to find. I don't know, maybe an underwater cave with, you know, crocodiles in, maybe a crocodile nesting on one, you've got to draw it out or something. You know, something like that, just make it a little bit more difficult to find them, but they are just lying around. But yeah, I do really like this area though, because I just like the design of it, and particularly the animation wall textures look absolutely fantastic. They weren't in the original game. And there's 2 of the keys are just sitting on opposite sides here. Yeah, I think it's a more difficult game, Tomb Raider Unfinished Business, but I think they could have been a little bit more inventive. There's a panther, be careful. They could have been a little bit more inventive and made the puzzles a little bit more difficult. But I don't know whether that's just because I've played Tomb Raider so much that I'm just getting quite good at the game, that I think that looks good, doesn't it, the wall texture? That I think that maybe I'm just getting quite good at the game, so maybe for your average player, the puzzles are hard enough as they are. So just take out these 2 panthers. Oh, I got lucky there. I thought he was going to pin me in and start biting me. And we've got all the keys now, so all we need to do is just go to the other side and start placing the keys in. There is a save crystal if you go to the left in the middle. Well, I would recommend that you don't get that save crystal at the moment and you save it until later on. You can see it there. There it is there to the right of Lara. I'd recommend you don't get that now, because there's another save crystal coming up, and I know there was quite a bit of debate with the JRTombRaider and myself about where it would be a good idea to put the save crystals in this level, and I think it's worked out really well. But with this save crystal, I would save it, because you've got to come back into this area, you see, and I think with a lot of the bigger areas, you need to think about when you're using save crystals. If you go into a big area and you see a save crystal, it's not necessarily a good idea to get it straight away, because if you're going to be in this area a while, it's better to solve some puzzles first. Although it is up to the player, it probably depends how good you are at the game as well, because, you know, if you're dying all the time, it is really tempting to just get it straight away. But the next save crystal isn't too much further away at the moment, and as I said, we've got to come back into this area, and when we come back into this area, The next bit after that is probably one of the most difficult parts, because you're attacked by a lot of enemies and it's so easy to die. So I'd recommend you don't get it just yet. Now this bit, we just need to pull a lever to get out, which is down here. You've got to be careful here. I'll show you 2 glitches. You can do 2 glitches in the same place, which is quite interesting, depending on what angle you are at. Depends. Do a roll at the bottom to take less damage there. Depending on what angle you do this jump in a minute, depends on the result. So you will either go through the wall, or you can glitch to the top as well. So I like using the glitch to the top just to move up quicker, and you can also glitch your way through. But what I'll do is, just get this, I'll actually show you how you're meant to do it properly, and then I will show you the glitch and how you can do the 2 different variations of it once I've done it properly. So that is the corner you're going to want to go in for the glitch in a minute. So we just need to line this up and jump onto it, and this is the way you're meant to do it properly. Drop down and you climb up in the middle to get the lever. So it is fairly easy. So once you pull the lever, we'll go back to there. It's opened the door. We'll go back to there and I'll show you how you can glitch your way through that wall, or you can actually use the same wall to glitch your way to the top instead of climbing the steps, which just speeds things up a little bit, so I like doing it. So if you want to glitch your way through the wall to the lever, you want Lara to be more facing to the right. So hang on, you see the way the angle I'm on now, you want it to be close to the right. Right, that's it. So that's how you get through. If you want Lara to rise up the wall, you want it to be facing more to the left. So it's 2 angles at the same area will get 2 different results here. I find that fascinating actually, because I don't think I've noticed this in too many other places in Tomb Raider. So if we do it again and we face more to the left this time, do it, and it rises it to the top. So face more to the right and you will go through the wall, face more to the left and you can glitch your way to the top, which is a little shortcut. So that's quite interesting. So just drop into the water. Now this area is like a maze. Get the bullets here. Oh, gone past them. If you hold the B button, she does home in if you're close. Now, because of that, I don't know whether I'll be able to get the other bullets. Take a right here and we'll pull the lever, and this will allow to get us out of the level. It is like a maze here though. I remember the first time I played this, trying to figure out where everything was. I did die a couple of times by drowning, which is really easy to... I've been getting away with it, haven't I? There's the crocodile biting me. There's some other bullets around there, but I'm not sure if I've got enough breath left in me to get it, so I'll just go back to the top and I'll work my way back there. So if you just wait at the top, you can see the blue bar going up and Lara's breathing meter is gone up, and we'll make our way back. Now you can go this way as well, but sometimes, as I said, because it's a bit like a maze, it's the first couple of times you play it, it can be difficult to remember how you come in or where you get out, so it is really easy to drown in this area. And if we just go this way, there should be some more ammo. Yep, it's Uzi ammo. So we just pick this up and we'll get out. You can actually pick up them 2 pieces of ammo and pull the lever with one bar of breath. Just because she sort of didn't pick up the first ammo quick enough, I wasn't sure whether it was going to be enough. And I think with Tomb Raider, a lot of the time, unless you're speed running, it's better to be safe than sorry. So if we turn around, you can see the doors being opened, and you see I said that there wasn't too far away for another save crystal, so we'll get this save crystal. Now in this room, it's not really a puzzle, but you just need to stand on the two pictures on the floor, and that'll open the door, and there's going to be 2 mummies, so just start blasting away. Now with the mummies, what it's best to do is don't run round everywhere, because if you run round, it's like you get them excited. Oh, I'm getting attacked actually, one's getting excited here. Just take a health pack. Just kill this. I mean, I'm going to have to run around now because I'm getting attacked because they've come that close. I didn't take my own advice here. Dead. So, what I was saying, and I didn't follow my own advice, is when the mummies are a little bit of a distance from you, either don't move or walk really slowly, and they'll, a lot of the time, they'll imitate your walking slowly, or they won't move. But if you're running around everywhere, it gets them excited and they run around everywhere. So that is a good little tip. Just try to walk, especially when you're at a distance away from them. So we just need to pull these two. And actually I should have pulled this one first. If you pull this one first and do a right hand jump, you'll hit the wall and land exactly on the other one. So that's done that. The boulders come in, and just be careful here because there's a crock on the floor. I think this room looked really good, you know, the graphics and of the sort of the wall pictures and things, and that's quite interesting up there. There's like a railing on the ceiling. So when you drop in here, do a jump straight away so you don't get bit by the crocodile. We've had enough of that. So pick it up and then just blast the crocodile from up here. Shouldn't take too many. And again, we can see the animated wall textures there. And there's a small, oh no, it's not a small medipack. We've got some shotgun bullets and also some magnum bullets there. Now what's going to happen now is we're going to just climb up a little bit and we'll drop back into that room that we were in before. And then I think now is a good time to get the save crystal, because the next room, I think most people will die on the first playthrough in the next room. Lucky there because I hit the wall. There has been a couple of times I've done a swan dive, missed the wall, and then I've actually landed onto the pavement on the side and died. So just be careful if you try to be fancy with a swan dive there, that it can cause death. So yeah, I think this is a good time to get this save crystal now. And once you get the save crystal, we need to go to a room to the far left here. And just jump up. And there's some ammo, there's loads of ammo in this room, but we'll get to see that there's also loads of frozen mummies. So if we just, this one's easy to miss actually, just get this small medipack as well. Nope, didn't quite roll far enough back there. And as we can see, there's, what is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 mummies frozen, and there's ammo in front of them. It's never good when you see enemies frozen and there's ammo in front of them, because it's obvious that it's going to end up a big battle. So we'll just pick up the ammo. Now what I'm going to recommend to you, I'm going to get all the items in this area. There's 2 items right at the back of the level, but I'd recommend, I wouldn't get them if I was you, because if you just go over to the farmer here and you get the lever which allows you to leave this area, only 2 mummies will come alive to kill you, and it's easy to take care of them. But if you then just exit the area, there'll still be 4 of them frozen. But if you go to get the 2 items at the back, which I think is a large medipack and some ammo, the other 4 will come alive, and then that's where things get really bad. So what I'd recommend is just go over to this here and just climb on it and kill them from up here. Ooh, got a little bit lucky there. Most of the time they don't get near you. Just shoot them from up here. And what I'll do for you if you're playing through the level is I'll just exit the area now. You've pulled it, you've killed these 2 easily. It's usually when you get the next 2 items that things start getting tasty and you usually end up dead. But this is a playthrough, so I am going to get the items. That's my recommendation for you on your playthrough. What we're going to do after we've got these is we're going to try and climb up again, but we're going to do it on the opposite side to where we done it there. So let's just see if they've been set off yet, because I'm not sure if it's picking up the items that set them off or just running around that area. Let's have a look. Right, it does appear that it's actually, it's either picking up the items or going really close to them. So let's get this item. Right, so that's probably, that'll have set off another 2 of them. Let's have a look. Again, jump over here. Yeah, I can see what, oh yeah, I can see, is that 2 of them? Yeah, so that set off another 2 of them. And getting the next item will set off the final 2. What you definitely don't want to do is pull the lever and pick up the 2 items, because then there's going to be 6 of them, and it probably is death. If you don't get onto one of these very quickly, it'll be death. And another thing is, when there's 6 enemies, because obviously they're massive enemies as well. Oops, I thought I could just drop down and sort of lure them over there and then get back up. Get back on here. Couldn't reach. But when there's 6 enemies on screen, obviously massive enemies, they just slow down. And it can get quite hectic. Well, if you don't get onto one of the platforms very quickly, you're definitely dead. But as I said, just get the lever and I will leave the area after killing 2 of them. So I'll just kill this one. There's 1 on. There's 2. And what we'll do is we'll get we'll take a medipack first. You need to be careful as well. You're better not getting on the lower one, get on the higher one, because if you get on the lower one, then when they're jumping around, you can still take damage if you're at the edge of a platform. So move back a little bit as well. So there's some bullets over here. Let's get these and it'll set off 2 more. And again, when you get this, what I'd recommend is just climb up onto a platform again on either side, whichever's easiest. See if we can see them. See if we can see them, because depending on which side they're standing, that depends on which side I'm going to climb up. I can't see them, so I'll just go over here. Yeah, they are there, but we should have enough time to get on this. There's 1 of them. See if we can blast it from up here. Oh no, there's both of them. And I think it also helps if you press the button to control the camera as well. You get a better sort of camera angle and you can see what's going on a little bit better. That's what I'm doing there. So we'll move a bit further up because they ran away. There's 1 gone. Where's the other one? Oh, there he is. Well, that's it, they're all dead now. And we can exit the area. Now, be careful in this next area, because a little bit like on the first level, where when you've done the first 2 areas from the City of Carmoon level and you go into the next bit, a panther appears behind you after the save crystal on the first level and pushes you over the edge to death. Now, the same thing happens at this area as well. While you're looking over the edge trying to figure out what's going on, another one appears and it'll push you off if you don't turn around and kill it. Dead. Now, you can see over there's a cat and we need to get over there. So what you need to do is just drop off, walk slowly and drop off there, and you'll land just on the edge. And then we need to do a running jump over to the other side. Now, at the top bit, it will give you the lever to exit this area to the next area. If you want to get the secret, because there's also a secret in this area, you need to go to the bottom. But if you're not interested in getting secrets, you don't need to go to the bottom. You'll also get more ammo and things. It's not too difficult, so I definitely recommend you get the secrets. So just climb up here, and there's also a save crystal here. If you've ended up killing all 6 of the mummies, you definitely get this save crystal now, because the last thing you want to do is die and go back. And you can see as soon as you walk in, a bridge has appeared there that allows you to be able to exit the area to go to where we need to go. Just pull that, and there you go, the door's open. Get the save crystal. Now, as I said, the secrets in this one are probably a little bit more difficult than most levels, and it's easy to just run now and exit the area, but you're going to miss the secret if you do that. To get the secret, you need to climb down, and this is the sort of sequence you need to do to climb down safely, because if you drop down, you're dead. And if you touch the main area of the floor as well, you go on fire. See where it's really light? You go on fire, so don't go down there. And just go into the secret area, and we get some ammo and health as well. And just pick these up. Now there's a couple of boulders we're going to come into in a minute, so you need to be careful when you're trying to exit this bit. So to exit, you need to go this way. Now what you want to do is just run up and then take a left and just wait for the boulder to go past. Once the boulder's gone past, go back on it and go to the left again, because a second boulder will come. That's the one. And then just make your way back up. Now there's a panther here. What I tend to do is I just let him run all the way down, and as he's running down I climb up and then I just blast him from here. Outsmarted. I just blast him from here. And once you've done this, there's 2 items to get. And I think that eye looks really good. The wall texture there. I'll see if I can get a better look at it by close up here. What I'll do is, the way I get this now, it should zoom in on it a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks really good. And what we need to do now is we just can exit the area. Now this is quite interesting. We'll see this again later. As you run through it, a railing appears behind you and you can't get back in it. And it looks like you're trapped. If you drop down, by the way, you do die, so you need to just jump across here and grab. This is a really long level, but I think it's really interesting, and I think there's a good variety in the areas as well. So we move into the next sort of area, and we'll just actually put the Uzis on, because we've got loads of ammo for the Uzis and we haven't really been using them. So you will get attacked by a couple of enemies in this area, and there's a lever to again open the exit for the next area. So just blast the crocodile. Just thrashing around in pain there after I kill them. And get the small medipack in the far corner here. Now there's a large medipack in the next bit of area. As soon as you go to get the large medipack, you'll get attacked by a crocodile. So what it's worth doing is sort of just back towards it. The camera angle's going, because the crocodile will appear. There he is, and just blast them away. I thought he was going to pin me in them, but I killed them. Crocodiles don't take many bullets to kill. If you actually put the shotgun on, usually one close-up shotgun bullet will kill them outright. Now there's a crocodile in here. It's a bit of a pain because, if you can, it's best to kill them from up here, because you just know as soon as you grab this lever, he's going to take a chunk out of you. Look, one. Oh, he's getting a second go, is he? No, just the one go, is it? Yeah, but it can be quite difficult to position an angle where you can see the crocodile, and then if you're at one side of the pool, he'll move to the other side. So I think it is probably easier to just have a panther appears here to kill you. So it is probably easier with you just jump in and take the bite in that instance. So we can move on to the next area now, and we're coming up to my favourite room in Tomb Raider Unfinished Business, probably my favourite room in the whole of Tomb Raider 1, just because of how smart the developers were with this room. It's really clever, and it's easy to just not understand what's going on, and I didn't at first. I actually went to JRTombRaider and said I thought I'd seen some sort of glitch or bug, and then we were sort of talking about it, and we figured out that actually it's not. It's actually meant by the developers, and I'll talk about that a little bit more when we get up to it in a minute. So just drop down here, and if you do flips, you can actually just pick these up really easily. So there's a save crystal as we go through this door. Get the save crystal, because you are going to die the first time you go in this room, I guarantee you. In this area there's 3 rooms you can go into on the right, and there's also another room right at the top there, which is where this next secret is, and it's the block pushing secret. It takes ages. I'm going to show you it, and I'm going to speed up the footage, but I'm still going to show you it. So this is my favourite room in Unfinished Business, and probably my favourite room in Tomb Raider. I just think it's so cleverly designed, and you know, it was like a mystery. It took me a while to solve it. So when you go into the room and you look around, there's 2 enemies frozen, but there's absolutely nothing in here. But what I'm going to show you is, I'll show you the clip of what you'll do the first time you go into the level. After looking around and you can't find anything, you'll run towards the gate, which sets off the ramp, and you'll end up at the bottom, dead, in flames. While there's nothing actually in the room, if you can go into this room, set off the ramp trap and exit without dying, you'll be rewarded later in the level. So the first strategy I come up with was to basically go into the room and position myself on the staircase so I'll be able to jump to the ramp to the left. However, you had to battle the enemies doing this, and it was really difficult to stay on the platform without being knocked off. So what I used to do is go in this little alcove here and just keep pressing back and shooting. Locking onto the one that's closest to you is a bit of a pain, but with a bit of practice you could get this strategy in and just keep putting health packs on and just keep shooting until you were dead. But you need to keep pressing back to make sure you're not knocked forward and off the platform to your death. So there, we've done it. While this strategy works, it's definitely not the easiest, and you really need to lodge yourself into that alcove at the very back, and due to the unpredictability of the enemies, it can be difficult to stay there and not fall to your death. So Footy, the speedrunner, I seen him do this, and this is the easiest way to do it. Roll at the top, hold right and jump over. Now I made that look easy, it's going to take you quite a lot of goes to do it, but you need to set off the trap and exit, and you'll be rewarded later in the level, and I'll show you that coming up. If you don't do that, it just means it takes a little bit longer to complete the level. It's not the be all and end all. So this is the secret, and you've got to do a load of blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up the footage to show you how to complete this. And after all that, you get the secret and you can get the items. It is really long-winded to get this secret, and you can shorten it down by using the glitch where you can jump through the crack of 2 blocks. That shortens it down significantly, but you get your ammo, and then you've got to actually do a bit more block pushing to get out, so I'll show you that now. So after all that, you need to pull the lever and it opens the door for you to exit. Now there's 2 ways you can get into the main area I'm going to show you. So the first way you can get in, this is by where we got the save crystal right at the beginning. You pull the 2 levers. This is the first door with the first set of 2 levers. And you go into this room and you get attacked by an enemy. So just kill the enemy that falls from the ceiling. It's a little bit of a surprise if you go this way. And if you have a little look around the room, there's nothing actually in the room. Sometimes the enemy does run away, but they usually come back. Here they are, just finish them off. And then when they're dead, you just run into the main area. Or there's also the 2 levers and the door, which is closest to the secret room, and this is probably the best one to go through because you've just done the secret anyway, so it's closer and you don't get attacked by any enemies in this room. So we just jump through and we just want to make our way to the back of the area, which is where we can start making our way up. There will be 2 enemies, so just be a little bit on your guard when you get to the back area here. But, oh, I didn't think it was going to be that close. It's gone all out mayhem. I need to get onto a block before I end up dead. Ah. I got a little bit lucky there. Look at how low my health is, so we'll just blast them from up here. And then we'll take a medipack. Oh, I don't think he did die. I think he's moved on to the area there. We'll just take the medipack. There should be another one. There's usually 2 of them. Just have a little look around. Usually if you hit the floor they'll appear and start attacking you. There's usually one just over here. Let's see if we can see them. Can't see. Oh, there they are. And just keep shooting. They'll usually run down this long corridor section. There we go, dead. I think there is one more still alive. I don't think I quite killed them. But they went up this way and this is the way we've got to go. Yeah, I can see them behind that block. Let's see if we can shoot through the block. Yeah, I think they're dead. No. Yeah, I think they've just exploded now. So we need to push this block and there'll be an item. I think it's a small medipack underneath it. Let's have a look. What is it? Yeah, there's a small medipack. Now I'll be able to show you your reward for going into that special room and exiting with your life. So it actually saves you a little bit of time. So I just think it's so clever that they put this in. I thought it was a sort of bug or glitch at first because I noticed one time I'd done it. So here they are. The one on the left is if you survived the mystery room. The one on the right is if you skipped it. And what we can see is there's an extra gate if you skip that room. And if you survive the room, you get to skip out having to run all the way around in a sort of circle before you get to this bit. So I think that's fascinating. I think that's really good. So here's the clip where we've actually completed the room and you see that the gate appears once you go through it. Although if you didn't bother doing that room, there is actually a better shortcut that you can take, and that's if you do a corner glitch here, you can actually glitch right to the top of the level. So that actually skips out more of the level than doing that room. But, you know, the developers still, I think it's really smart of them. So what I'll do is I'll show you what you would have to do if you didn't do that room, because I think it is difficult for a lot of people to survive that room. So the likelihood is, if it's your first couple of goes or you're not really an expert at Tomb Raider, you're probably not going to do that room and you'll have to just go around. No, it just means you have to kill an extra couple of enemies and you run around in a sort of circle to end up back there. So it's not particularly a lot more difficult, but you know, it is quicker to do it the other way. You know, if you see speedrunners and things like that, they'll definitely take the other way because they'll do that room, because with the sequence I showed you where you run in, roll and just jump straight back out, it saves a lot of time in having to go right round this bit here. I mean, you can do the corner glitch I showed you, but speedruns are usually done in glitchless levels as well, where they don't use glitches, and then the speedruns which do use glitches. So if you're not using glitches, then doing that shortcut is allowed because it's part of the game. And I just think it was great to see that they've used the mind a little bit there, and they've been clever, and they must have really thought about that. There's no real examples of that happening in the original Tomb Raider, really. Is there one more enemy to kill? No, it doesn't look like there is. So yeah, that's the extra bit you would have had to have done. Once we go through here, you will see I'm back at the police, and obviously the gate's there. But if we'd have done it the other way, the gate wouldn't be there and we wouldn't have had to have run all the way round. So it's great to see, you know, a room which appears there's nothing in it, and you know, it just appears like death. I just think it's really clever that you get rewarded later in the level, and I just think it's a fantastic piece of level design by the developers. It really intrigued me, that, and it really got me thinking about what was going on. So if you jump up here, we basically just need to make our way round. Now there's some jumps that we're going to have to do in the outside here, and you know, you can just use the good old sequence of walk to the edge holding the L shoulder button, take a step back, run and do a jump, and that's the safe way to jump around in Tomb Raider. Or like me, I'm going to just run and jump it. Try and do it in a sequence without stopping, just because it's a little bit quicker. And we need to go over here and then jump back over. Oh, didn't quite land on it. If you land that perfect, you land straight onto the medipack. And we'll probably have to take one more step back here, otherwise we're not going to have enough room to do a jump. And then we just need to run to the edge and we'll be right on top of the level where we can do the last bit. Just be careful when you get to the top, because there's going to be an enemy that's going to run from the other side of the level and it's going to start trying to kill you. So turn to the right and get your weapons out and just walk a little bit closer, and when Lara locks on, start blasting away. And as I said, don't run round too much, and usually they don't run as much. So if we walk to the edge here, we can see again the draw distance is absolutely incredible in this area, and also you've got the stars in the sky, and when you move the camera around it looks like they twinkle, which is really good. I think it looks fantastic. Now all we need to do now is just go over to the far side and we need to get onto the cat head. And this bit is a pain because it is so easy to get knocked off by the enemy to your death here. So I did have a couple of different techniques to do this bit, but I've sort of settled on this technique. So we just jump over. Now as soon as you get up here, the enemy's going to attack you, and it's so easy for the enemy to knock you over the sides. So what I recommend is climb up and run in between the ears of the cat and just do a roll and stay in this area and just blast away, but don't let them push you out of this area. Stay in this bit, because if you try to battle at the back or the front, you almost always get knocked off the side. So just pull that, and that opens another bit of the level up, and just slide down the nose and turn around straight away and start blasting, because there's a panther, and we've been quite lucky with the positioning there. And run across the cat tongue, which looks really good. I like the design of this bit of the level. Jump across there, don't fall down, and then get this, and it zooms. I think that's brilliant, the way it zooms back and shows you there. That looks really good. Now we can exit the level. There's the cat there. Once you jump towards the cat at the edge there, the level ends. There is actually a bit of the level there that I'll show you before we jump over the side, because there's an area here. You can drop down once and just walk over, and you can see there is an area here, but we can't actually explore this area because as soon as we try to move forward from this area, the level actually ends. But you can see by looking around, there's a block there on the floor. Yeah, it's an unexplorable area, and as soon as we go to jump here, the level will end. So let's see how we done. So we got 35 kills, 63 pickups, and we got 4 out of 4 secrets. If you haven't already, go over to the developer JRTombRaider's channel, give him a subscribe and watch the excellent Tomb Raider trailer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Let's Play.